Welcome to Last Call Sports. My name's Big Germ, and I'm here to break the ice so you don't have to think twice about listening to another sports pod ever again. We're going to talk about college sports, professional sports, fantasy sports, and everything in between. But we're going to do this a little different than what you may be used to. We're going to break things down into small, manageable, bite-sized segments, if you will. Then post them on other social media platforms like Instagram Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts. So if you're listening to this for the first time, wherever you get your podcast, you may be a little late to the party, but that's okay. Don't go anywhere. We're glad you're here. Now let's get this thing started, shall we? We're still about a month away from college football. The NFL preseason doesn't start until next week, but have no fear, fantasy football is here. So this first segment's going to be the My Guy, Sleeper, and Bust. Take it away, BB.
Easy.
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 Why don't we got to start with the guy that knows nothing about fantasy?
Nothing about fantasy.
Nothing about
I'll beat y'all's ass in fantasy every year.
Hold on.
If you want my whole sleepers, I can just name Logan's whole fantasy team.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you're in my trade DMs every day.
I'm just trying to get Justin
Do I need
Jefferson
to
the
start
only
with-
good player.
Do I have to start with Gruber?
You probably
No,
do.
dude, go ahead.
This would probably be best to start
No,
with.
that's a good
Yeah.
introduction right there, just talking some shit.
Yeah.
But look, I'll
What?
tell you right now.
Give me
Well,
one.
let's just start it with. I want to hear your my guy. Let's
my
hear it.
one, my guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, give you one.
My one, my guy.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a hot take. CeeDee Lamb finishes as the wide receiver one this year.
What?
Wide receiver one this year. That's my guy.
That's why we start with Brennan.
That's my guy. CeeDee Lamb finishes as wide
And
receiver
on
one.
to the next segment.
Think about it though. All right, Jefferson.
Okay.
He's gonna have.
You know, Brandon Cooks is in Dallas now, right?
I do.
Okay.
I think he takes some attention off of CD. Last year
okay.
they didn't have anybody take any attention off of him.
Michael Gallup.
Tony Pollard.
Yeah. Okay.
You saw Dak's prime video of him throwing a pick to a guy that was literally camped out in center field.
Yeah,
waiting
which
on
he
it,
looks
didn't you?
mid form right now. Did you see? Did you not see that that video that was going all over the place on TikTok and all over the place on Twitter or whatever? Dak throwing to the wrong team. So he's in mid season.
Which one?
Hey.
Yeah.
Look, quick thing. Completion percentage on throws into the end zone. All right?
Okay.
At 52%, which led the league, is none other than our good friend Tua Tagovailoa. All right.
Tattoo.
But then you go down a couple of percentages. Number 2 in the league was Dak Prescott at 48%. All right. And you know where those are going to? CD. So
Yeah.
that's
You
my
know,
wide
that,
receiver
that
one.
whole take right there just changed my opinion.
Yeah. Let me change up all of my guys now.
It should. Let's hear you, my guy.
Brent,
We're gonna skip over me.
no,
Go
no,
ahead. We'll go this way. Go ahead.
All right,
My guy.
my guy. And you're gonna shit on this one. I already know. This was my guy last year, and I've learned the algorithm. So the experts will talk about a guy a year in advance, and the next year is the year that he's breaking out. My guy is Travis Etienne.
Old
You
broken
drafted him
foot.
everywhere last year.
Everywhere.
The dude
Yeah.
that has screws in his feet.
He's good. He's a good guy. I like it.
You know, my friend had the same surgery he had in his foot, and they told him he was never going to walk again.
Well, you know what? Travis Etienne's out there running.
For how long? though?
He walked so Travis Etienne could run.
All
There
right,
you
fair
go.
enough. I like it. I respect it. All right, I respect it.
I like
Hate it, but
Travis
respect
Etienne.
it.
Alright,
I like Travis Etienne.
Logan's your turn.
Well, I like Tank Bigsby too, but I mean that's not my guy or anything. But I like that pickup too. But I mean my guy will be Chris Olave.
That's fair.
Granted,
This motherfucker.
I know a lot of people
Took your
like
my guy?
him. You got a my guy? Is that your my guy?
It's one of them. I'll,
Hey,
I'll,
you got a
I'll
couple of my
improvise.
guys?
I'll
Hey, I want to
improvise.
shout
like-
out
I'll improvise.
Who you shouting out?
my fantasy team, Chris Olave.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I like him.
It's fair.
Derek Carr in New Orleans this year. I mean, I know you still got Alvin Kamara. Michael Thomas is there. I don't know if he's really there or not.
Is
We'll
Alvin
see.
Kamara? Have they came out with Alvin Kamara?
I mean,
Is
he's
he
gonna
miss
be
time.
he's gonna miss time, but I mean, Keandre Miller there.
You
That'll
sure
be-
Kamara's missing time?
Yeah, he's gonna get that charge for sure. He'll miss time.
I don't think he's going to miss time.
You did the crime. You did the crime. You missed.
He
that.
might get suspended by the league, but I don't think he's going to actually get any kind of. I don't
If
think.
he's suspended by the league, he's not playing.
Well, I know, but I'm saying.
I think
don't
Sean
think he's
Payton
actually
not
gonna-
being there makes a big deal because if Sean Payton was there, he wouldn't miss time.
You see Sean Payton absolutely.
Yeah,
rip
100%.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
He deserved it though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
I agree.
But Olave-
that's Olave's my guy. I think he's going to do big things this year. I think he's going to do big things for the next 5 years. I think he has potential to be a top 7 guy this year, 100%, and then next year probably top 3. And I think he can move into that wide receiver 1 position going in here forward. I think that there's not a lot of competition in New Orleans right now. They need a guy to step up and be the guy, and I think he's the only guy that can do it. Granted, Derek Carr is there this year. It's a lot better than Jameis
Or Andy Dalton.
or Andy Dalton.
Even though the Red Rocket. Or
Yeah.
bad
Ra-
man.
Huh?
Or Taysom Hill.
Or Taysom Hill, which he's
Hey,
still there. Which
I
I
love
love
Olave.
Taysom. I love a good Mormon.
Oh, I do too. Shout out to the Mormons.
Shout out Mormons.
Hey,
I wanna say
Shout out
look,
Sweet
but
Tea.
look, I will say this: people are way too high on Rashid Shaheed coming in this year.
I don't
Rashid
know.
Shaheed had a couple of good games last
Dude,
year.
I was so close from dropping Michael Carter, just waiting for the notification that Dalvin Cook signed at the Jets. I was going to drop Michael Carter and then pick up Sheed.
See, I think people are too high on him.
How
But
much
I
do
mean,
you really like Olave? 5 years from now, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave.
you're taking Marvin Harrison Jr., but like the
Oh,
thing
he's
is,
one of one.
the thing, yeah, he's a one-on-one talent. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not even close. Like
Yeah,
that's a
Shout out Ohio
generational
State.
guy. That's a generational guy. But I mean,
he looks like he was created in like a lab.
a
too.
lab. He was.
He was.
Yeah, he doesn't look real. But all right, so you got Olave
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Big Germ.
He
Well,
says
since
he
he,
agrees with me.
on
He's gonna-
Olave.
I
Yeah.
do
I
100%
agree
agree with you with the Lave because I actually had him as my guy. So by default, I'm
And
going
we
to
didn't even talk about that.
I'm going to pull up my
Fantasy
Fantasy
team and go to my best PPR guy.
Well, you got to
week one.
filter. You got to filter through 14 quarterbacks
Quarter-
that are backup
You drafted 14
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks?
Oh, you missed that story. It's,
Well,
it's a long one.
story. Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
think
get-
of
we'll
the
get to that.
widest quarterbacks in the league. He's got them.
Well,
Zach
Taysom
Wilson,
Hill.
Andy
Yeah.
Dalton,
Mike
You're
White.
damn close.
Mike White.
Mike White, General Mills.
He's got them.
Who's
But then he's
slow?
also got Anthony Richardson,
Do you still have Tom Brady on your team? Okay, that's
oh,
good.
he finally retired.
There you go. Good for
Uncle
you.
Tom.
Hey,
Shout out to Tom Brady for
That's
a
my
great
uncle.
career.
that's my uncle.
And now he's fixing to have an even better career with old Kim K.
Dude, how wild is that all white party?
Dude.
Imagine we're doing this live at the all white party.
Oh, I know. But Kim
That'd be
K's
cool.
also taking Tom Brady places he ain't ever been before.
Oh, you know she's rocking his world.
Giselle's bad, but Giselle doesn't know the things that Kim knows.
I thought he was dating some like 18-year-old like Sweden model.
No,
Probably.
that's DiCaprio.
No,
DiCaprio has an age limit though. It's like-
27.
yeah. Nah, I
Or
thought it was
24.
25.
24, 24.
Yeah.
Every year it's 24. Yeah, he gets a new one. Good for him.
No. I mean,
Good for him.
upgrade every year. Trade in.
That's
Yeah.
the opposite of the Colts. The Colts just go after 30-year-old quarterbacks every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of
Are you
quarterbacks,
still looking
this
at
is, speaking of quarterbacks, this is take two. But hey, we might as well get wild while we're here. I just pulled up my fantasy app. It's the first guy that's up there. He's been down at the bottom for a while, but now he's on top. How about my boy Deshaun Watson?
Okay.
with
I
Cleveland?
don't hate that.
Okay.
I like.
I
I
do
like.
You know what? I
hate
think
that.
he's got something to prove. Okay. And let's just say from what I've heard from camp, he's only been rubbing footballs. Okay. Okay. I feel like he's going to be slinging them in Cleveland this year.
He'll sling him. He can spin it, man, and people forget
right.
about him.
And
I
that's-
like it.
And hey, and the Tennessee fan in me is very happy about Cedric Tillman being there. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll
He
we'll
was
get into the rookies later.
Seriously, on my sleepers for a minute.
Right.
I pivoted.
Right.
I've
Well,
got
that's
another
because
Browns
you are-
receiver.
Speaking of
though.
sleepers,
That's because
let's-
you are so biased.
well, speaking of sleepers, let's hear it. Let's hear
Oh,
it.
Sleepers.
Let's hear it.
Sleepers?
Let's just go this way.
Yeah, let's
All
roll.
right. Sleeper, Rashad White. Rashad White.
That is an awful pick.
Rashad White will finish top 10 RBs this year.
Oh my god!
But listen, this is my theory.
Not only is that
No.
like an awful sleeper pick, but
Listen
that is
to my
such
theory.
A hot
Did the first
take.
9 get hurt week 2?
Listen to my
Yeah.
theory. There's no one else there. There's no one else there.
We still got Mike Evans.
I'm
You
not.
still got
I'm
Chris
not worried
Godwin.
about that. I don't think Kyle Trask can make a pass that far to Mike Evans. So I'm not worried about Mike
Is it
Evans.
Kyle Trask or is it Baker Mayfield?
Baker will be there for the first week, 2 weeks maybe, and we know what Baker does.
As a
but
Florida
when Kyle
fan,
Trask
I
steps
respect
in,
Kyle Trask,
oh, respect him.
but he is
listen,
not an NFL guy.
where do all these quarterbacks that cannot throw, they get rattled? Where do they go? They're going to check it down to their receiving back, and guess what? Rashad White.
They're going to go to Indianapolis and play for the Colts.
That might be true also. But Rashad White might get 8 to 10 targets a game this year. And in
Maybe.
a PPR league, Rashad White's going off.
His ceiling's high, but I still take Damian Pierce over Rashard White. And that's my
Oh,
thing.
here we
That's
go.
my thing. It's what we were talking about earlier.
Damian Pierce, tough runner. All right.
Good football player.
Oh, he grinds. But guess what? For him to be that damn tough, he can't pass block. So he's out on every single third down.
That's what I love in a good running back is a good pass blocker.
Well, I mean, he's never
just
going to be
what
there.
I
He's never going to be
want.
there on third down. And in a
It
PPR
helps
league,
my
having some
fantasy
catches
league out a
matters,
lot.
doesn't it?
It does.
What's that?
Having catches matters. And
Yeah.
he's not there on a third down. Devin Singletary coming in will be there every single third down.
Yeah. But I think
You're just trying to sell him so you can sell him to somebody in our fantasy
No, that's
league.
not what I'm trying to do right now. I have Damian Pierce being RB 23, 24 this year, and I have Rashard White being RB 26, 27.
Hey,
It's not
first of
far.
all-
It's not far off.
First of all, pronounce his name. Rashad.
Rashard. I'm saying Rashard for the rest of the year. It's Rashard. There's
enough.
a C in there.
Fair enough. All right, who's your sleeper?
So this is back to what you just said, Deshaun Watson. My sleeper, shout out Ole Miss, Elijah Moore.
Okay.
Yes.
Elijah Moore.
He's getting a lot of hype.
Yes.
and
lot
I
of
think
hype
it's
right now.
warranted.
As much as it hurts to say, I love a good Ole Miss receiver.
It's warranted.
Hey, they're running him out of the backfield too.
They are.
I love Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
He's the number 2 guy there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
And-
Amari Cooper's going to take a lot of attention, and here comes Elijah Moore.
But guess what? Amari Cooper also has injury history. Amari Cooper's out. Elijah Moore, wide receiver 1.
Wide receiver 1.
In
Not in the
Cleveland.
league, but I'm
Yeah,
talking
in
about on the
Cleveland.
team. He's
Oh,
wide
okay,
receiver
Cleveland,
1 on the
yeah,
team.
And you got to think, when Deshaun Watson was with the Texans, he spun it all over the place.
Yeah.
There,
No, I
every
completely
receiver
agree.
there, every tight end there was, fantasy relevant.
Yeah, and if he gets hurt, Cedric Tillman might get 2 snaps or so. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Cedric Tillman was a close. I love that Browns receiving room. I'm gonna be honest with you. Cedric Tillman was a close second.
What's David? What's his name? The other. What's the other receiver? Rookie last year, David.
Oh shit.
What's his name? Because everybody had a lot of hype about him last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be the third guy, and then they had Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball all over the place, and then Deshaun came back from
We don't need to talk
getting
about
beat off
guys
every day.
that were talked about last year. It might get Logan a little upset with Kyle Pitts.
Shut up, dude. I like Kyle Pitts.
I love Kyle Pitts. I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked
I
him
was
when he was at
pissed off
Florida.
looking at Twitter and everybody's like, fantasy owners, look away.
Well, did
Kyle
you see the
Pitts.
clip
Yeah.
of Kyle Pitts just
Yeah, he
torching that
threw it
guy?
3.
And it's
Oh,
100
yeah.
yards
That
behind
Kyle
him.
Pitts put him in New York now with Aaron Rodgers, or put him in Kansas City after Kelsey retires. Dude,
just a
that
halfway
is
decent quarterback.
dangerous.
Just halfway. It doesn't even have to be a good quarterback.
He's freakish, but too bad he has Desmond Ridder throwing him the ball. So Logan, rip to your fantasy season.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's
Who's your
hear it.
sleeper?
One of my which one you want to? I got 2. So I got a wide receiver sleeper
I've
and I
like
got a running back
10,
sleeper.
but I
Yeah,
want to hear
but
the
like,
best one.
I'm gonna
tell.
say my best one would have to be AJ Dillon. AJ
Shout
Dillon.
out. Y'all love my fantasy team.
I want to hear the reason why.
Well, I mean, I just think the reason why, like, nobody's talking about it anymore. I mean, he's a big back. He runs downfield. I mean,
He
he.
figured out the algorithm. That's
What's
what I'm
that?
telling you.
What's that?
The year after. Everyone talked about AJ Dillon last year.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's talking about him right now. Why?
Great receiving back for his size too.
Great. And my thing is, what's Aaron Jones gonna do?
Well, my
Backseat.
thing is, I think it's going to be a lot more run heavy this year now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. I think with Jordan Love, I think they're going to be run heavy, and AJ Dillon is the better.
He's the better
physical
running back.
running back.
He's the better, like, pound for pound. Give it to AJ Dillon.
Look at how the season
Who
ended
win
last
in a
year
fight,
too.
AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones?
Just about anybody else in the league. AJ Dillon's winning.
Derrick Henry would. Whoa.
How many?
He's a starter on anybody else's team. I
Yeah,
will
I
say he's
agree.
on. I've got him on my fantasy squad. If AJ Dillon ever gets hurt, excuse me,
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
ever just gets hurt, I put him in. But I mean, I will agree if he was anywhere else, I
Here's a
believe
good one.
he'd
I
be a
saw this
starter.
the other day. How many 5-year-olds does it take to tackle AJ Dillon?
Probably like 2 less than Derrick Henry.
I don't know, dude. AJ Dillon's quad. Have you seen that man?
His quads are the size of
Are
us.
his quads bigger than Saquon's quads?
Yes.
Well, then he
Yeah.
That man's built
Saquon
like a
needs to
mountain.
give AJ Dillon his chain.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you this though. Aaron Jones, 28 years old this year, I think. 28. RBs, their longevity, other than Derrick Henry, stops at year 28 pretty much. So, if it's not this year, it's still next year, and AJ Dillon will dominate
You know,
Whenever he gets his chance, he's RB1.
all the fact checkers backstage said 28 was correct. So.
Yeah, yeah, good. 28's the year.
Yeah. What about you?
All right.
I
let's
do.
hear it.
Germ.
Sleeper.
Sleeper?
Sleeper. Sleeping.
I'm going to take old Kenny Pickett. Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is a bold.
That is a
bold.
bold take.
Hey,
I
it's
like-
his
'cause-
second year under Mike Tomlin, and he's got a man in the backfield sitting behind him by the name of Najee Harris. He's got a man out wide by the name of George Pickens.
Kenny George Pickens.
George. My name is
Kenny George.
My name is George Pickens, not Babyface.
Shout out Georgia.
He's been mossing
Hey,
people.
I like it.
I don't know. I think he.
I want it because
like-
I need George Pickens to have a year.
Well, see, I've got George Pickens.
Man,
too.
he is.
I love George
I'm
Pickens.
a little biased
He's
to
a-
my fantasy
You talk
team
about a
when we
dog?
talk about this stuff.
He's a dog. I like
a
him.
dog.
Oh yeah.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot.
It's one reason I love NFL because players I used to hate as a Tennessee fan, I can love in the NFL.
Right.
And I love some George Pickens.
Right.
He's a good dude. But back to the problem at hand here. Kenny Pickett. The dude is a dog. I'll give it to him. Dude's got some swagger to him.
I like Kenny Pickett. Just not a lot.
Offensive line,
That's
a
why
little
he's a
rough,
Sleeper.
but I like it. I like it because he could do it. I mean, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Najee's good out of the backfield, so there's a little dink and dump. Pat Freiermuth. Freiermuth is a solid tight end.
They
At
got,
6'5",
Good.
big
I like
target
him.
too.
They picked up
People
Darnell
don't talk about
Washington.
him a lot, dude. And he's good. And he's agile for how big he is.
He was
really is.
consistent last year
He's
too.
solid.
Yeah,
Solid.
I like Freiermuth.
That's a good guy. You want him block. I mean, he's a solid blocker too. Like he's a good blocking tight end.
Well, they also picked up Darnell Washington.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too. I forgot about him all.
Who's the third receiver there?
You would keep putting me on the spot.
I'm expecting you to know this stuff.
Wow, if you wouldn't have asked me, I could have told you.
Because James Washington's
checker.
gone. James Washington's gone. Isn't he?
Deontay Johnson, Darnell
Pickens,
Washington's
Johnson,
tight end,
and
Allen Robinson.
That-
Oh
him
yeah,
up.
Allen
I picked him
Robinson.
up. Yep.
That's a big pickup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ass last year.
Yeah.
You
talking
fits
about
the
wide
algorithm.
receiver?
Might be gas this year.
And here
Yeah, I
y'all
mean-
are talking shit on me, and this is literally called the sleeper segment.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you got
Hey,
you
I
got wide
respect
receiver
it.
1 in Pittsburgh. You got Deontay Johnson. Wide receiver 2, you got George Pickens. Wide receiver 3, you got Allen Robinson Jr. Allen Robinson, what, the second, third, fourth, fifth? What is it? Second, third,
Who, what?
second?
It's
Allen
the
Robinson, second. Yeah. You got Calvin Austin too.
I love Calvin Austin.
Do you remember him?
Shout
Dude,
out
he used
Memphis
to
guy.
Yeah, shout out
Dude,
Memphis.
He
Yeah.
tore it up, man. When
Oh,
he
he's
was here.
freakishly fast
He really
too.
was, man. And people, I mean, whatever, dude.
No.
Jalen Warren's there too. I mean, back up.
Hey, that's the
That-
only problem I have
that
with Najee.
What's up?
That whole coaching staff loves Jalen.
That
Warren.
was a
They love him.
close.
They love that dude.
You
Close
can't
second.
go anywhere without like seeing his name pop up in any type of news.
He might be 5'2",
He might be.
but they love him.
He'll run you over.
Him and Deuce Vaughn will deuce it out there. But that's my only problem with Najee is they love Jalen Warren. But hey, now that you guys talking about the Steelers, I actually love their team.
I don't
Alright,
know,
here we
dude. I don't know if I love him or not.
Here we go.
I'm not big on Kenny Pickett, honestly. Like, I think he's all right. I miss Duck Hodges.
Old
Shout out
duck.
Old
Hodges.
Delvin.
Shout out Duck Hodges. But I mean, I don't know, man.
I think Duck Hodges would be a great rep for the brand.
Oh,
that
it
would
would.
be we need to get Duck Hodges on here.
If you're listening, come on.
We'd love to have you
Yeah.
on Duck.
Hey, but
Do you think he goes by Duck or you think he just goes by?
I would 100% go by
I'd
Duck.
go by Duck.
Yeah, absolutely.
hey,
Logan,
Duck.
what's he go by? Does he go by Duck? Think so? Yeah. Duck.
What up, Duck?
What up, Quack? King Kong Quack? Is
Probably
that
not.
weird?
They
That's probably
didn't like
fighting.
that
That's
one.
like
That's
fighting.
probably fighting and be like, dude, what's up, Quack?
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Like when people call me like,
What?
Brenda. Like, they confuse me with like a woman's name. Like it's a
What do they call
it's fighting words.
Is that what they write on
Yeah.
your Starbucks cup?
Dude, I
Yeah.
get called.
Brendan.
Brennan.
Yeah. I get called
What do you
every
get
now
at
and then.
Starbucks?
I don't go to Starbucks.
Gruber, do you?
Hey, you
get
know where I
black.
do go though?
Where?
The herbs place across the street. They make a mean coffee.
Where?
Dude, they're cooking up some shit in there. All right, they got
Where
horny,
is
they got
it?
they got horny
Right
goat
across the
weed in
street.
there.
What?
You know the horny goat
What
weed
street?
you find
What street are we
right
talking
across
about?
the street
street
here.
we're
Like if
on
you
right
walk
now.
out of this brick wall right here,
Yeah.
across the street, they got it all. All right, but listen, you know the horny goat weed that they sell in like gas stations and stuff? They got it bottled up in syringes there.
Yeah.
You
And
take it.
syringes.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't taken it yet, but I mean, it's like essential oils, you know?
No, that is not essential oils.
No, that's
No,
not
it really
essential.
is. It is.
No, it's
It's
essential.
oil. It's like essential oils. It's of the earth. It's of the nature.
They got cookies made of dirt,
Hard ass cookies.
literal dirt.
You can get in there, get you a hard
If the
cookie,
shit-
and get back
hey,
and get hard as shit.
You know what I want after a long day at work? I go home, I sit on that couch, I just want a dirt cookie. That's what I want.
Sounds
If
like
the
a sexual
NHL
term.
ran out of hockey pucks for the Stanley Cup playoffs,
They could use
they're
dirt
calling Somerville, Tennessee.
Hey, I love the place. Shout out. All right.
Hey, I
They
love
make
it
a
too.
mean. They make a mean cookie.
Yeah,
Shop local.
Let's make your cookies a little softer, and I'm there every day. There every day.
But the coffee, great.
Where are you watching your fantasy team at?
What do
Like
you mean?
number one spot. Like where are you gonna watch it?
What do you mean?
Like if you like Sunday.
Like you watching it down
like
here,
you just
you watching it with...
where
Oh,
you
my
watching
fantasy
it?
team?
Yeah, like you wanna. Like
I'm gonna be
you-
on the couch
Well, where? Like, what's your number one
At-
place? Like,
at
what
my
could
home.
be better?
with my new baby girl
Okay,
on my chest,
girl dad.
sleeping, and I'm gonna be watching fantasy.
Shout out AC.
Yeah, shout out EC. All right.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be right there, and Olivia's probably gonna be yelling at me saying, "We need to do this, we need to do that." And I'll be like, "Damn it, babe! I've got $5,000 out
Here
today.
comes the
I've got $5,000 out
five
today.
out.
I've got 3 dynasty leagues.
Oh my god.
If you didn't know Brennan, you would think he would be the worst father of all time.
Greatest
He's a
father.
good
Brennan
dad,
sitting there
dude.
with
Oh,
his
he is.
newborn.
Man,
with,
I remember picking Brennan up, taking him to basketball practice back in high school. And this one time he got in my car and he had a star in the side of his head. And I was like, Brennan, probably not the best move, but
You didn't get to play
I
that game,
respect
did you?
it.
The kid
no,
bench you that
yeah,
game?
Keith
No,
played you.
he played me, but he got really,
Shout out
really
Keith
mad.
Cox, dude.
And he told me that the next game he was gonna bench me and not play me the rest of the year
He did.
unless I
We
made
needed
100
you.
free throws in a row in the
But we
gym.
needed you.
Yeah, I made 98.
Yeah.
And he said you're playing.
You could have made 2 and he would have said, yeah, you're playing.
That's soft. He got
dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
but
Speaking of...
shout out to Hands of Heaven. I went down there, got the star shoved in my head. It's no longer there, but it took an hour.
Where was it at?
Right here on Somerville in 64. Gage got saved on the sidewalk. I'm serious. I'm in there getting a haircut. Gage is out there on the side, of this, or he's sitting beside me, and this dude comes up in there. He was like just walking down the street. He walks up in there. He says, "Hey, brother." He said, "Let me speak to you outside." And him and Gage
Just went straight up to Gage.
went straight up to him. He said, "Let me speak to you outside." And Gage is like, "All right." And I'm like watching him. I'm getting star shaped in my head, so I'm not that worried. Him and Gage go right outside on 64 on the sidewalk right there. Sit down, sit out there and talk for like 30 minutes. They come back in a minute, and I'm like, "What were y'all talking about?" He said, "Man, he just prayed with me. I think I just got saved." So shout out to Hands of Heaven.
The hands of heaven, man. What a good people.
Yeah, you're talking about Gage. Speaking of busts,
Oh, damn. That's cool.
Gage Friedman, biggest bust in fantasy history.
Dude.
You know
All
what
right.
started his downfall though?
What?
Speaking of
The
you having
do-rag?
the zen, no, when you have the zen right there and the dip.
I'm
Remember
about to
when,
throw a Zim
when,
Bob in.
when Gage was on the bus in football, he put a dip in coming back home from like it was like Nashville or something.
Threw up
threw
on
up
the
over
bus.
everybody in the
Oh, my
bus.
God, dude.
Shout out to Gage.
Gage, man.
But speaking of busts, Brennan, it's time.
Who's your bus, Brennan?
I've got to hear this
All right,
one.
I've got 2 busts, and these 2 busts are high on everybody's radar, and you're gonna call me crazy, but I've never been more sure of 2 busts in my entire life.
This is a hot take already.
Number 1, Jonathan Taylor.
Oh,
Okay,
my God.
I'm okay with that. I was expecting way
Jonathan
worse.
Taylor.
I'm okay with
I
that.
hate it.
I hate him. All right.
Oh, God, here we go.
He doesn't like you.
Well, he doesn't need to know. I don't
He
care.
is great.
He busted last year. He's gonna bust this year. Somebody's gonna pay him 16 mil.
He's too talented to bust. I'm
He's
just
gonna
letting you know right
nah.
now.
Did you see him walking around?
As a Titans fan, I love it. Let him bust.
Yeah, he's gonna bust. All right.
I'm just saying he's too talented to bust.
He is talented, but he's a head case. I really believe he is a head case.
Why? Have you been inside of his head?
Jim Irsay's also a.
Do you know
also
what's
an
going
ass.
on
Yeah.
up there?
All right, not much.
There's a lot.
Not much.
There's a lot.
But hey, all right.
Can we all agree that he is hurt though? Have you seen those
he's
videos of
hurt.
him at practice?
Him walking?
Yeah,
I think he's fine.
he's definitely hurt.
I think he's fine.
He walks
He's gonna
like
be
me after a
fine.
full day of yard work. All right, barely getting around.
What's yard work for you?
Well, you know,
Exactly.
you know all the trees I've had to cut here recently.
You have had to cut
Don't get him started on these trees.
Yeah,
again.
I've had to cut the hell out of those trees. All right, but my number 2 guy. All right, easy. Everybody's huge on him.
Oh, do we all get 2 this time? Is
today.
this a Brendan special?
No, these are my even. All right,
Okay,
these
okay.
are my even. They're even. All right, but they're hot takes too.
Okay.
I saw today he's the number 1. I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw on a take that he's the number 1 bet quarterback for MVP right now in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, bust, bust.
What do you think, Gruber?
I'm okay with it because Justin Fields hasn't shown it to me yet. I've seen the legs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the arm.
I agree.
And I hate to say that I might agree with him because he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah. See, my thing is just because you come out and say you're going to throw 4,000 yards doesn't really mean you're going to actually throw for 4,000 yards.
I mean,
And last year, I mean, my thing is, yeah, he's got the legs and he's got the it factor. I think eventually he will be that guy.
He's got talent.
But I don't see it like coming out like right now. And they just added DJ Moore.
He's got
Which
some-
that was my second my guy. Back to my guy. That was my second my guy. Was
Really?
DJ Moore.
So
Yeah,
you're
dude.
picking the my guy that's my bust has my bust as a quarterback.
Yes. I like him. He is good. I like DJ Moore. I
Somebody's
think
gotta
he's
catch
solid,
something.
dude.
I mean, if Sam Darnold could make him a slightly relevant, you know,
then yeah, if Sam Darnold
Sam
can make
Darnold
a-
was seeing ghosts.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
well, it goes back to the Darnell
Same
Mooney
Darnold.
story that we've been hearing for 3 years. Darnell Mooney is,
Mm-hmm.
I think he was ranked 1 in receiver separation, but he was also ranked 1 in uncatchable passes.
I love Mooney.
well, it's the same thing
I
with
love
Kyle
Mooney.
Pitts. I mean, if you take it back to last year, how many of those passes were actually catchable? They said like 70-something%. That's not a lot.
70%.
70% of catches were passes were catchable.
That's 7 out of 10 passes.
That's bad. I feel like if you throw the
For
ball, you should
Marcus
catch
Mariota,
it.
that's pretty damn high, I'd say.
What was
Marcus
halfway
Mariota threw one
Marcus,
to himself.
halfway
Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter?
Hey, look.
What do
all
we
right,
think about
we'll
Desmond
say
Ritter?
this.
I don't like Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter,
like Desmond Ritter.
big bust. I don't even know if you can call him a bust because I think everybody's
I
considered him a
really
bust.
like Drake London, and I really want to like Desmond Ritter for the fact that Drake London is there and the fact that Kyle Pitts plays tight end for my dynasty league and fantasy. But
Bijan might lead him in receiving this year.
yeah, I'm just gonna be really pissed off when Cordell Patterson goes out there for a freaking
Play 1.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
play one. They send Cordell Patterson out there. I'm gonna be freaking.
Or they try to get cute
livid.
at the goal
No,
line.
they're gonna-
They
No,
put Cordell
you
in
know
there.
they
It's going to be
are.
reversed. They're
You
going to
know
have
they
Cordell
are.
as the
They're gonna
You
be
receiver.
know they are.
Oh yeah.
Hand off to Bijan to reverse to Cordell Patterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be livid.
Shout out
And
to
I-
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
Hey, or he's going to get to the goal line and let
Which
Anthony
doesn't make
Fursker
any
call it,
sense because
run
he
it
was
in.
fine with the Titans. Derrick Henry had great years with Arthur Smith
Oh yeah.
there.
No, Bijan's going to have a great year, but Cordero Patterson is going to take some work away from him.
Probably.
But hey, back to the Bears real quick on DJ Moore and Mooney. They do have a super athletic receiving core.
They
With
do every
Mooney,
year.
Claypool, and Moore.
Speaking of Chase
And
Claypool,
Kmet.
I thought Chase Claypool, after year 1 with the Steelers, I thought he was about to be a top 5 receiver probably this year.
Yeah.
That's gone completely down.
What is 6'4", like 225? I mean, a freak
A
of
freak.
nature. Mac Hollins is also a freak of nature. I saw his offseason.
With Mapletron.
Dude, he's massive. But anyway,
Is it my time for a bust?
No, it's mine.
Oh, hurry up.
Dude, we're spitting.
I got a good one.
I might have a good one too.
Mine's probably better. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Debo Samuel.
Oh, God.
that good?
Yeah. Let me take it.
All right,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So with Debo Samuel, I'm massively fading this guy. I love it. Wide receiver 17 this year. I have Brandon Ayuk on my dynasty. So
Fourth on the totem pole.
maybe, but that's the reason why I don't like Debo Samuel. I mean, you got to think. You got a top tier tight end on your team. You got a top tier running back on your team. Who's the quarterback this year?
Purdy.
What if he's not? What
All
if
right.
it's?
It better not be
that's
Trey
what I'm
Lance.
saying.
Hey,
It could
so I'll
be-
tell you
is it
this.
Purdy? Is it Trey Lance? Is it who is it?
I think Sam Darnold will end up being.
Yeah, that's hot.
No, because look, I think
What?
this. Trey Lance has been horrible this offseason.
He has.
So he's the number 3 now.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think it's Purdy's job to lose.
I think so, but Purdy played so well last year. It's his job to lose. He's going
It's
to be the
his job
guy.
to lose.
He's going to be the guy week 1
For sure.
But I mean, this is still a guy that wasn't very highly touted. He was
Right.
very conservative all
Mr.
year
Irrelevant.
last year. Mr. Irrelevant, very
100%.
conservative.
I love
if
the
they
story.
start losing games,
Love the story.
Darnold comes in.
I agree. But that's why, Debo Samuel, you got to think. Massively fading this guy for the fact of he's getting drafted right now in PPR leagues at WR17.
I don't like him.
I don't like him for that. 17 is high.
People love him because he gets to work out of the backfield all the time.
Yeah. That little end around jet sweep.
Yeah, but
That's so
now
cute.
think about it. When you have Christian McCaffrey and Elijah
and
Mitchell,
Kittle, and Elijah Mitchell and Brandon Ayuk.
you can ride that Brandon Ayuk train. 4th in line.
Hey, whatever. But
I
that's
love him.
My,
He's the
that's
most
my, that's my
underrated.
bust.
He
That's
might
my
be the
bust.
most underrated.
That's my bust is Debo Samuel. I think it's a good bust.
I rock with it.
Because, just he's getting drafted way too high.
I love it.
Big Germ.
Give me Josh Jacobs.
Oh. Doesn't know where he's going to play.
The man, we don't even know where he's at right now.
That man doesn't know where he's at. That man's hopping on a jet every other day.
He said, "Don't call me. Don't text
Tell
me. I'm out."
Where?
And that is exactly why he's going to bust.
I mean, it's a
like
great
it.
pick.
I like it. I like it.
Jacob's been coming with the heater.
We might not see that man this year. That'd
Yeah.
be the ultimate bust. I love it. But he did have a great year last year.
Yeah,
he
that's
did,
true.
but
He's
even-
talented.
He's very talented, but it's almost like Oakland where everyone goes to die.
Hey, what's their whole?
You
Well,
know
here's
who
the
else?
thing.
You know where
Vegas
else
now.
people go
But
to die?
here's the thing with the
Tennessee.
Raiders, though. Jimmy G is injury prone. Darren Waller's gone. Okay. Thank God. They did not make any improvements on the offensive line. So I feel like he's going to get a stacked box when it's obvious run down. And I just feel like they're going to be playing from behind a lot. I know that means you can get some dink and dunks here and there, but when you're playing from behind, dink and dunks aren't going to get it.
Josh
You
Jacobs
know?
really isn't that big of a pass catching threat.
He's
I don't
Right.
feel
And
either.
so, that's my bust.
I like it. I like that bust.
I will
I'm a
say,
Bust fan.
if they don't bring him back, their running back room, bottom of the league. Zamir White.
At 32.
I mean, I love Zamir White. Zamir White's tough. Like,
Yeah,
tough.
but
he has no
compare
hands.
him to everybody else though, dude.
Oh, yeah. And he's injury prone. Zamir White's injury
He's
prone.
bottom half for 100%.
I bet if they don't come to agreement with some kind of Josh Jacobs deal, they're going to get one of Zeke or Dalvin Cook
Zeke,
just to hold him over.
imagine Zeke in Las Vegas.
Wild.
Wild.
Hey, I will say this though.
I feel like it would be another-
Devontae doesn't finish the season in Vegas.
I was about to say,
Jets.
speaking of Devontae Adams, I've heard rumors of him going to New York, and I hope it's him over Dalvin Cook. Speaking on my
They
own
get
behalf.
both and you're
Hey,
done.
Devontae Adams will. I mean, think about it. Rodgers already took the pay cut and stuff too. He said just in
Hey,
case
he
someone
took
comes
it. Hey,
available,
he said, bring everybody. Bring the whole family. Door is open. Park in the front yard.
tell him bring out the whole ocean. He's coming.
But that's another reason why people aren't talking about Devontae Adams at all this year. I like him. I like Devontae Adams.
Elite route runner.
Oh my, I agree. And people are completely sleeping on him. I don't know where he's drafting right now. PPR. I'm gonna look real quick. But
That's you could consider him a sleeper because nobody's talking about him really.
pretty
But-
much.
Jimmy G, has he ever produced a super fantasy relevant receiver? Average. I mean,
Debo.
good.
What was Debo whenever he was
Yeah.
there?
But Debo that year was having so much work out of the backfield too.
They got Devontae Adams at WR7 right now.
When Jimmy
It's pretty
G
solid.
came in with the Niners, you remember towards the end of the year, he had that unbelievable 6-game stretch, and I cannot tell you a single receiver that was on that team.
Because he
Big Jimmy
spreads
G?
it out to everybody. It's the system that makes Jimmy G good.
Well,
Yeah.
that system is made for every offensive
You know,
player.
the biggest fight I ever got over was Julian Edelman a system wide receiver, or was he a good wide receiver?
System.
You think he's just system? You don't think he would?
I mean, I think he was good.
like if
most
you
teams.
take Julian Edelman and you put him on the fucking Carolina Panthers. Is he good?
No.
No, he's system wide receiver.
But
Shout
if you
out Kyle
put,
Elrod.
if you put,
Because this is the same argument I had with him.
but it goes back to what we were just talking about. If you put Julian Edelman with the 49ers, he's a great receiver.
But don't get me
It's
wrong,
that same system.
he's a good receiver. If you put
think
Gruber on the New England
you think
Patriots,
the 49ers system is the same as the Patriots was?
Same setup.
he would be successful in
Yeah.
49er system
I mean, if you
Do you
said
think?
because
Do you think he would do better in the 49ers or the Rams, like a Cooper Cup role?
49ers.
49ers.
See, I think he would do better in LA with Matt Stafford and Cooper Cup.
And he could, but I mean, I just in my head,
Not
like,
now.
One
Not
name,
now, by
one
any
name
means,
that
but
we
like-
didn't mention in sleepers that is by far my biggest sleeper, but I felt like I couldn't pick him because he's a backup. Is Elijah Mitchell? If Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, Elijah
one of
Mitchell
mine.
is going to be a league winner,
I like
and
Elijah
it's not going to be
Mitchell.
close.
I agree.
I like Elijah Mitchell.
But then Elijah Mitchell gets hurt,
He every
just
year.
like the San Francisco curse.
year.
Their running backs
Every
is going to
year.
be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But week 9 they'll have some running back you never heard before.
Who's
Big
three?
Germ, what's
Tyrion
one guy?
Davis-Price?
Big Germ, what's
won't
one
do
guy
that.
on your team that you like? Like you're like, hey, this is my guy. I'm gonna ride with him.
I'll sleep with him.
I'm a no, and I ain't gonna sleep with him, but
In all fantasy or my fantasy
on your
team?
fantasy
Yours.
teams.
I mean, it's got to be my boy Derrick Henry.
You like Derrick Henry?
I mean, I you know, like Brendan mentioned earlier, the expectancy of a running back doesn't go past 27, 28. He's 29 this year, but I mean, dude just never stops working.
I mean, he's a train, dude.
and you know
Derrick
it's
Henry's not
coming.
made
You
here.
know it's coming.
What do you think he's made from?
Titanium.
I don't know.
I mean-
Have you ever seen his high school stats?
It's
Oh, no.
insane.
Dude,
What's that?
It's
I'm gonna look
insane.
at
Look up
It's
Derrick Henry high school stats.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It is the craziest thing you've ever
Is
seen.
it better than Brennan's
I
basketball?
mean,
high school?
it's way better. Speaking of bust, unrestricted free agent from the 2018 NBA draft,
Oh my! You want to get an ABA right now?
Brennan Bolin. Talk about a bust.
Hey,
Out of Union
Hey.
University.
Brennan,
Shout
since we're-
out 731.
Since we are on air,
Did you put a star in your hair at Union?
They would have benched me.
Yeah.
If I would have done that, got a girl
Yeah.
pregnant, drank beer, I'd have been benched.
Oh my
Brennan,
god.
who's the better basketball player, you or Corbin?
On air, Corbin.
Okay. That's
On air, Corbin.
He
that's
said
crazy.
it.
'Cause
All right,
I
I'll
was
say this,
always
I'll
better
say
than
this.
you.
Hey, Logan led the league in charges. No
Charges.
one will ever come close
Shout
to
out
that.
TSSAA.
No one will ever come close to your charge record.
I
Colin.
led the league
Tell
in
your
charges.
highlight story, your last shot.
Skylar Brazier.
Skylar
3-pointer
Brazier.
in the corner. A
He
3-pointer in
tells
the
it
corner.
every time. He hasn't shot a basketball since.
Haven't shot a basketball since.
Hey,
Ha-
you want to talk about a
literally-
bust? Scalabissier was one of the biggest busts.
Dude,
Bust.
they talked about him like he was going to be the next thing out of Memphis.
He was supposed to be like it.
They talk about him like the second
He was
coming of
supposed to be
Christ.
it. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was supposed to be it, bro.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the last time I've ever shot a basketball. On air.
On air. Hey, all right. So reel it back to football real quick.
Okay, what's going on?
I want to revisit this Tennessee deal, talking about Derrick Henry.
Okay. Shout out Derrick Henry. But
Yeah.
I got his stats right here.
His
do
high school stats?
Yeah, I got his high school stats up right now. You want carries? Or you want touchdowns?
I want
tutties.
I want yards.
Freshman year, how much you think? Over or under 2,000 yards?
Over.
2,465 yards.
It's over every year
Yeah.
for that because it just keeps getting
Rushing,
more
he
insane.
had 26 rushing touchdowns. His
Freshman year. But he was also probably like, 6'1",
Yeah.
195,
His sophomore year, how many rushing touchdowns do you think he had?
48.
32.
35.
38. Junior year, he had 34. So I don't know what happened sophomore year. He probably broke up with his girlfriend or something. I don't know what's going on. But senior year, he had 55 rushing touchdowns.
Dude, if you ever watch...
Just rushing. I don't know if he caught a pass. I mean, I have no idea.
If you ever get
You don't have to.
bored, get on YouTube and watch Derrick Henry high school highlights.
He had 4,261 yards. I feel like you can go from Tennessee to fucking California in 4,261
Think about
yards.
getting out of math class and knowing that you have to go tackle that man that night.
Shout out Jay Mitchell. That was my math teacher.
Amen.
Dude, she was awesome.
Miss Jane.
But Derrick Henry, 4,261 rushing yards. That is nuts.
Jake, were you tackling Derrick Henry?
Yeah, what were you doing in high school? Who were you hitting?
Well, it wasn't Brennan Bolins.
Brennan didn't play football.
I'm just
Play
catching
with us.
strays this whole
Yeah,
podcast.
man.
You might as well
got
get used to
you
it.
got the
Best
City-
athlete
you got the
at the
Acres
table.
down,
The
Acres.
captain.
Shout out Acres down south. CeeDee,
Bestseller.
bestseller in the house. Right on.
Hey, look, all right, bring it back to Tennessee though real quick. I was going to ask y'all this. I know we talk about how Tennessee is a place where receivers go to die. Think about it. Andre Johnson, I even forget about him.
Julio?
Oh, we're good. On time?
Okay.
All right.
We got 45 minutes left.
No, y'all been talking.
We got 15 minutes
Okay.
left. But look, let's talk about the hometown team, Tennessee. Wide receivers go there to die. Robert Woods, didn't die, but I mean, he was horrible last
He
year.
pretty much died.
Shout out Randy Moss.
Yeah, Randy
That
Moss.
man
I mean,
died.
all of them. Andre Johnson. Is D Hop gonna have a good year?
Nope.
All right. Who's gonna catch pass? Is Traylon Burks gonna have a good year?
Nobody's gonna catch
I
passes.
like Treylon Burks. I
Love
think
him.
he's a great wide receiver. I really do. I just feel like I said, but wide receiver Treylon Burks. I think he's going to be great. I think that DeAndre Hopkins has a good year. I think that Will Levis is the most slept on quarterback out of that draft. I think that he outperforms C.J. Stroud. I think he outperforms Bryce Young. I feel like he outperforms Anthony Richardson.
That's
I feel like
bold.
he has the best
so
year
big on Anthony
out of
Richardson,
every single quarterback out of that draft.
You just saying that because of his girlfriend?
Yes,
No. Okay. So me and him talked about this the other day.
we did talk about
And I
this. We had a
said-
heart to heart about it.
I said this. I said Will Levis is going to have the longer, more successful career than any of the other guys.
I can see that.
And my reasoning was his
Not his
girlfriend's
girlfriend.
too hot.
Oh,
You cannot date a girl that looks like that and be successful in the NFL.
they want him in the league for the long haul because they can show her at games. Like, think about
Well, if he's, you can't be QB3 on the Titans and keep a girl like that.
it. No, she's gonna leave him.
That's what, especially in Nashville.
Yeah, not
She's
a city like
leveling up.
That's not
Nashville.
happening.
She's leveling up. She's trading in
yeah,
for a
it's
newer
not
model.
happening.
Next year, when what's his name from USC comes in,
Caleb Williams.
trading up. She's going
Shout
to
out Caleb
Williams.
Williams. He's going to win Heisman again.
Yeah.
Not even going to be close.
Hopefully, he doesn't paint his fingernails this year.
It doesn't matter if he does.
Hey,
He's still going to win.
Joe Milton's winning Heisman this year.
Jacob paints his fingernails.
He does on Wednesday nights.
So,
Every Wednesday.
Judge less.
You're not far from it. You got
Yeah,
house
you're
full of
gonna get
girls
your
now.
you're gonna get your fingernails painted real soon.
It's okay, and I'll own up to it. All right,
That's
I'll
fine.
rock it. I'll rock
That's
it.
fine.
You can glitter them too.
My son's not painting my fingernails.
No, D Hop was
might.
almost one of my busts because I'm a Tennessee fan.
He
I've
was also
seen
one
it
of mine, too.
so many times. We draft. We have problems at wide receiver. We draft a veteran. Everybody gets all fucking excited, and nothing happens.
We
It
were-
happened with Julio.
We were on the beach when they signed Julio, and I'm talking. We started taking shots because we're
oh
like,
yeah,
Julio
yeah.
Jones.
But another part of me is
Julio was near the end of his.
Julio
But another-
was at the end.
yeah,
another-
DeAndre
near the end of his
Hopkins
career.
is
But-
not.
But another
He's-
part of me,
he's getting there.
No,
we
dude,
get
he's got like 4 more years.
we get to
Go
play
ahead.
Houston twice, and so
He will go off against
yes,
Yeah.
those 2 games he will go
because
off.
they absolutely disrespected him with that
yes,
trade.
yes.
I hate
absolutely.
to say it, but that division's already won. The Jags got that division on lock.
See,
I think so,
I think
too.
the Jags are overrated.
They might be.
But here's my thing. I'm going to tell you a couple hot takes. Ryan Tannehill will have a great year this year. Ryan Tannehill will have a great year this
He
year.
better.
He will. D Hop will have a good year. Not a great year. He'll have a good year. He'll be solid. He'll be, better than what most people think he's going to do because they think he's going to come there to die. Treylon Burks, solid second year. Chig, top 10 tight end this year.
Who?
I don't
Chig,
hate
top
that.
10 tight end this year.
I can't.
I
I'm
like
not even
that.
going to attempt to pronounce his name, but
I have no idea.
Okonkwo.
there you go.
Chig,
Yeah.
I like him.
Chig
Just for his name.
Okonkwo.
No,
Yeah, just for his name.
I do like
yeah,
that.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I like him.
The dude's a freak.
He is.
As far as
But
speed
you know
goes,
who he's not better than?
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. And that's why he's on my dynasty league.
All right.
Because Kyle Pitts is legit. If they had a quarterback, Kyle Pitts could be like top 3 all time.
well, we could talk about could be all day.
I think we should get into college football.
While we're
got a couple
while
of-
we're still on it, we get to see Milf Hunter play this week. No,
Okay.
I'm not talking about Shiesty. I'm talking about Zach Wilson.
Shout out Shiesty.
Yeah, shout out Shiesty. Everybody
Shout
go
out
follow
Shiesty. He
the
was in
Shiesty
he was in the
show.
lab cooking earlier.
Yeah,
He was, dude. I
He
saw
is.
his TikToks.
he is.
Dude, he's
Unbelievable.
he's cooking, bro.
He's Theo Jr.
Yeah, he really is. Shout out Shiesty.
But hey, bring up some college football stuff real quick.
I got some
we're
college
not
football
there
lines.
yet. Well, we're not there yet, but we need to go ahead and talk about it. So go ahead. And
I got some lines.
Let's go
Hey,
ahead.
week 0 coming up soon.
Smash Vandy money line.
No.
Smash it.
Oh yes,
No.
yes.
Smash
Hawaii,
every bit of the Vandy money
yeah.
line.
Hawaii,
Hawaii,
is ass.
Hawaii
Great place.
at Vandy.
Horrible team.
At Vandy.
Yes, Vandy
Minus
smash,
18.
smash.
You're taking Vandy.
I'm taking
money line.
I'm taking Vandy
I
alternate
can't.
spread into the mid-20s.
All right.
There's 2 things my dad told me. You never
Okay.
spit in the wind, and you never bet on Vandy to cover a spread.
That's fine. What do you think, Big Germ?
Well, I'm
I
going
always
against your
take
dad.
Vandy or Hawaii when they're on the Big Island.
I hear you.
Hey, that's a strategy, though.
Hey, you know that's like a what is that 5-hour difference?
Well,
or
I feel like
4-hour difference
everybody
time zone?
travels to Hawaii, so I feel like there's such an advantage.
Look, I'll tell you this. I was in Hawaii last year.
I
That's
remember
actually where we
seeing-
got pregnant. All right, Hawaii.
Hey,
but
shout
listen,
out.
we were riding in a cab, and the cab driver. There's no betting over there, so I was like pissed off because I couldn't bet on anything. But the cab driver that was driving us, he's like this old man. And I started talking about the games. He's like, "Hey, you like to sports bet?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I got a guy on the island." And so, dude, he knew every line, like he knew everything there was.
that
And
guy-
he had a guy on the island.
What an
Anyway,
MVP.
he told me, he said, "I've lived here my whole life, and if I give you any betting advice, is always bet against Hawaii." He said, "Hawaii is horrible, and they let me down every year." He said, "Always bet against Hawaii." So I'm gonna take that man.
That sounds like every Tennessee fan.
I'm taking that man's
Dude,
advice.
no. So
That's every Tennessee fan, man. That's every year bet against Rocky Top.
when did DraftKings become legal in Tennessee?
Like 4 years ago.
You know how much money I made that year betting against Tennessee?
Oh, no telling, because everybody Tennessee fans are so high on them all the time.
That's why, and you know
Well,
what?
it
That's
was-
why Gruber is a Florida Gator fan.
No. But it was either A, they win and I'm happy, or B, they lose and I make money, and I've made a shit ton of money that year.
Hey, I love that strategy. I bet against Tennessee all the time just because.
Who
Bet
is your
against them.
college football team?
I mean,
He doesn't know.
look, I'm a Memphis fan.
Okay,
Because
but
I've
you
always been-
got
I
to
will-
roll. You always got
I
to roll
will-
team.
It doesn't. No, if Memphis plays anybody, like I'm going for Memphis. Like
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
That's
Like,
fair.
Memphis plays New England Patriots in their heyday. I'm going for Memphis. You know, even though I know they're about to get beat by 80. All right, but my second team would be Mississippi State. I mean,
Okay.
Mississippi State would be my favorite team to watch to do it, but just because I do have ties there.
That's
I mean,
fine.
I
And
bet- I was an
Gruber, I know
honorary-
Gruber is a queer fan. I mean, Vols fan.
Yeah, facts.
How are they attacking us?
Absolute,
air.
Absolute disrespect.
This is
Hey,
not live.
I will say he is the best Tennessee fan I possibly know
Why?
because he talks so much shit about him every year.
well,
Like,
Gruber does too.
and Gruber,
Well,
you
we're
do too.
real
But I will
fans.
say this: he called this last year. Before the season even started, we were sitting there at the desk, and he said he was looking at the schedule. He's like, "Man, we're gonna have a good team this year, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna do the most Tennessee shit ever. We will lose to South Carolina."
He called it.
He called it
It's-
before the season ever started. He,
He
said we
called
will
it.
lose to
Did,
South
did
Carolina.
he call Hooker tearing his ACL
No,
too?
No,
I
you
didn't-
can't
I didn't
call it.
No, he missed
Okay,
that.
that would have been wild.
But that is
Missed that.
But-
that is the most
Miss-
Tennessee thing.
Well,
They'll,
it's-
they'll,
it's
they'll
so
ride you
easy.
till they'll ride you to just damn near to the top,
yeah.
and then just let
To
you
the
all
rocky
the way
top?
back down. As a matter of fact, when I die, I want my casket lined with Tennessee football players on the left side and Tennessee basketball players on the right. And if we need 2 extras for front and back for my big ass, fill them with Tennessee baseball players. You know why? So they can let me down one last time.
Amen.
I mean, he's not wrong. 2016.
Hey, and I love them. I fucking love Tennessee. I've been a Tennessee fan my entire life, but it happens every single
every year.
time.
Well, you know why? Tennessee
The dead
fans, it's
bodies?
always next year. Like
This
Next
is
year-
our year.
this is
No,
our
I
year.
ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
man,
we're
I
gonna
ain't-
tear it up.
But hey,
this
they are
year.
good at everything right now. Tennessee
No,
is
yes,
good at
yes.
everything
So,
right
so,
now.
so to back that up, I will say this: in my
Florida's better.
30 years on this earth,
I just
this
wanna put that
past
in
year
there.
was the best year for UT athletics as a whole. I know we didn't win it all in any sport, but the football team won the Orange Bowl. Mm-hmm. Men's baseball and women's softball went to the College World Series.
Yeah, it's cute.
Men's. Do I need to remind you what the fucking Florida score was?
Florida went to the World Series.
I'm talking about football, damn it.
I'm just saying Florida.
All right, back
went
to what
the
I was
World
saying.
Series.
The men's and women's basketball both made it to the Sweet
That's all
16.
I'm saying.
Okay, so what other team can say that every single team did all that? They were the only team in the entire fucking nation that had hosted all 3 ESPN game days this year.
Just so you know, though, we're going to get moral victory you in all the comments, so go ahead and prepare
I'm just
yourself.
saying,
Hey,
comments drive engagement, so
I will say
comment
this.
your ass off.
Tennessee fans, man,
Suck.
no, they do. But they
Okay.
also, if you have a Tennessee, anything to do with Tennessee, as far as like, if you started a Tennessee only podcast, those fans are going to wear it out. They're going to support you like no other.
Yeah.
And then, you know what also you're going to have? You're going to have Kentucky
Felonies.
fans. No, you're going to have Kentucky fans in there saying,
Yeah.
this is the most horseshit ass podcast I've ever seen.
They're the
Dude,
worst.
Tennessee fans suck. I'm just letting you know, no disrespect, but like I can't stand them. Like honestly, and
I'm
I
his
can't
best
stand
friend.
Kentucky.
That's wild, isn't
I
it?
can't stand Kentucky fans either. You know why? Because they wear the same checkers on their jersey. So like I don't
So it
understand.
comes back to Tennessee.
Yeah, it all comes back to Tennessee. I
pay
saw this
homage
one
to their
TikTok
daddy.
and was like, hey, to pay homage to their daddy. Shout out. But you know what? Acres Down South has a couple shirts I'd be able to help out with that.
That's right.
That's right. But you know,
Our number one sellers are Tennessee polos.
That's what I'm
the
saying,
Rocky
dude. You
Top,
put
the
out
Rocky
any
Top.
Tennessee.
What is it?
There's a lot of Rocky Top love.
Is there?
There is. And
Yeah.
I have nothing against Tennessee other than I hate them. But
You know what?
anytime
I've
I
been to the
talk-
campus and I love it.
It is
I
beautiful.
love
I hate it. It's in the
It
middle
is
of the
beautiful.
city.
Oh my
It's
God.
ugly.
I
it
like
smells
it, dude.
bad.
I've had a good
No,
time,
you're-
dude.
There's
We've had a
construction
couple
going on
beers every time.
24/7.
You
I'll tell
just
you-
said that, but you're a fucking Memphis fan. fucking
I hate the
4240's been under construction since we were fucking
I hate the
12.
Memphis campus. You got to say strapped
You're
up
gonna
just
sit
to
there
walk to
and tell
class.
me that fucking
Right?
Knoxville is ugly and talk about, and you're a Memphis fan?
I hate the
Number
Memphis
one?
campus. I'm not arguing. I hate the Memphis
Last
campus.
time I was in
Shout
Knoxville,
out
Their
to
fucking
Memphis.
football field and their basketball court is off campus. Come the
It's
fuck
a
on,
horrible
bro.
campus. I love them though.
Memphis is not ideal.
It's not
It's
ideal.
not ideal.
I love Bill
I'm
Street.
sorry for
Hey,
disrespect.
shout out Penny Hardaway.
Shout out to Paula Rayford.
Oh,
Second
and
Street.
Paula Wright.
Paula and Rayford's Disco, 2nd Street. If you're ever in
Dude,
Memphis, go there. I love
That's
Memphis.
Does
my
Knoxville
favorite
have
place
that? No.
But he's not going to tell me
They
that
got a
Knoxville
hill.
is ugly as a Memphis fan.
We
He
got a
will
river.
not do that on this
They got a
podcast.
river.
Who?
Knoxville, dude.
They do have a river.
Tennessee-
Memphis has a river.
Memphis has a.
The mighty,
The big
mighty-
mighty.
But you
Mississippi.
can't take the goalpost down at the Liberty Bowl and carry them to the river.
Hey, somebody can.
No,
though.
somebody'd steal it.
Somebody could. Hey, if you take that goalpost down at the Liberty Bowl and take it to the Mississippi River,
You wouldn't
You're
make it
getting
2
shot.
blocks.
you're getting shot.
You're getting
You're
obliterated.
getting shot.
Somebody's gonna steal that and sell it on
And the
marketplace.
next guy's gonna keep going, and guess what? He's gonna get shot too. And then somebody else is gonna pick it up, and then they're probably gonna sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
And then it ends up in the middle of 40 and you sit in traffic for 8
yeah,
hours.
and then you're in traffic.
Hey, but guess
man.
what? If it sits on 40, they ain't picking it up. You're gonna have
Just
to, you
gonna
have to
sit
drive
there
around
until
it.
someone
That shit's in a
smokes it.
pothole.
There's going to be
shit's in
a
a
guy sitting on the
pothole.
side of the road going like this every
Damn
time
it, I
somebody
love
drives
Memphis.
over.
Hey, let's get back to college football. What do you think?
Hey, give the lines and let's call them.
Yeah,
All right,
let's,
so we got,
let's call
we're
them real quick.
hammering
Let's call
Vandy.
'em.
Hammer
Okay,
Vandy.
Hammer Vandy.
Are we week 0 or week 1?
We're in week 0/week 1 for the SEC.
Take the over for Tennessee, Virginia.
Hold on. Let's go to Florida.
I'm trying to make y'all money.
What about Florida at Utah?
Utah.
Utah -8.
See,
Utah.
mine was Florida +8.
You like Florida
I
plus
like
8,
Florida plus
Brennan?
All right, so
You
originally-
like Florida?
When I saw the
or-
line originally, it was 7,
It's 8.
And it went to 8.
and it went to 8. So people are starting to hammer Utah,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me a little nervous because I was on Utah's bus.
And what do you think
And
about
guess what? I'm still riding with Utah.
that? Okay. Jacob, you like Utah -8?
I mean, I'll admittedly say I don't know a lot about Utah this year.
They lost a
But,
good bit from last year.
That was
Did
a
they?
lot. That tight end was nasty
Yeah.
last year.
And we'll get into this
He had
later
a cool name too.
in later episodes, but man, home field advantage is so much.
Take
in-
Utah, -8.
In,
Do you like
in
-8?
college football? And I do hate Florida, so
I love Florida. Shout out Florida. Shout out Gainesville. Shout out Chomp.
Hey, home field advantage is going to play a big deal in that game.
Okay.
Hey, who's Florida's quarterback this year again? I just saw.
Mertz.
Yeah. Still
Could
riding
be
with
good.
Utah.
Could be good.
He could be. He
Could be good. I like him.
He could be.
I love Billy Napier and what he's doing down there.
I will say this: the only thing that makes me nervous is that line is already raising.
Yeah.
This
that's
close.
money going that way. So guess what you do?
Hey,
Go
Hey.
the other.
if it gets up to 9,
Yeah. What are you doing? I'm gonna do the
I'm
opposite
going
of whatever
Florida.
you do.
If it gets up to 9,
Whatever Brennan does, I do the opposite.
well then you must lose a lot of
Fade
money.
God, Brennan.
You must lose a lot of money.
Let's talk about the next line. We got Ball State at Kentucky. Kentucky is minus 26 at home against Ball State. I like Kentucky, but I don't know if I like them 26 points.
Well,
I'd be willing to take it.
I might take it. I mean, granted, like if I'm putting a parlay together, I'm not putting this in there.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
I
But
think I'll take Kentucky.
you like Kentucky minus
If
26?
we're going
They're
straight
gonna have a better
bets,
quarterback this year.
Yeah, I think Kentucky's going to be much.
Levis is
Who's-
gone.
better.
Okay, we need to look up see who's Kentucky.
Levis is gone.
Devin
Anybody's
Leary.
better.
Who is it?
Devin Leary, transfer
Devin
from NC
Leary?
State.
Yes. Yes.
He's good,
Yes,
dude.
Leary. Yes.
Devin
I
Leary.
like
I'm
him.
hammering Kentucky.
I like that.
Hey, what's the school this year that made their field black? Like they made
That's-
their
That was
home.
a high school.
Was it a high school or D3?
That was a high school back in
I
like.
thought it was like a Division 1.
No, I don't know.
I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
Stats God. Maybe we should change it from doc
Hey,
to
who
stats.
Yeah, who does Tennessee play week 1?
Virginia.
Virginia
Yeah.
in Nashville.
I think we should go.
Take the over. I'm telling you, take the
625.
over. Joe Milton might have 600 passing yards of that game.
Do you think Joe Milton finishes the year as a starter?
Yes.
This says
100%.
shout. Hey,
Yes.
It's
Nico?
his offense. Run.
Nico?
Yeah, I know it's Nico.
Millionaire?
But man, he's been there.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
Hey,
everyone's going to talk about it because everyone's seen Joe Milton. And
Unless he starts just being inaccurate as hell, it's his to lose. I mean, he's got it.
if you actually watch Joe Milton from year one in that Tennessee system, he is a different quarterback.
Absolutely.
And it's noticeable. It's very noticeable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've heard every bit of the hate that he's not going to be that good. No, I'm telling
I
you.
love Joe Milton. Dude's a freak.
He's
But here's
absolutely
one thing I do have a problem with Joe Milton.
Hot take. Hold on. While I'm thinking about it, Deontay Thornton, transfer wide receiver from Oregon. He is going to lead the SEC in receiving this year.
I think
White.
he can
Squirrel
get
White.
drafted as the
Deontay
best
Thornton.
wide receiver next year.
taking
Deontay
Squirrel
Thornton
White.
I love
will
him.
be a
You
first
like
round.
I
Squirrel
like him
White.
better
I love
than
Squirrel White,
But
but
I
the
love
only
Deontay
Deontay
reason I'm
Thornton.
saying that is because every time Joe Milton came in last year, his number one target every single game was
Squirrel White.
Squirrel White,
absolutely.
dude. I love that
He
name.
loves him. Oh, the name too.
The
but here,
name.
one thing I will say though about Joe Milton that I don't like is everybody's comparing him to Anthony Richardson right now and saying that he has that. Going back to the NFL side, they're saying he has the physical traits and everything of Anthony Richardson, that he's going to end up sneaking in to be a first round pick. Everybody's saying a dark horse for the Heisman.
Yeah.
He could be a dark horse for the
Could
Heisman.
be.
But translating to NFL, he's like 25.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I agree. But Joe Milton has, like, if you were to build a quarterback in a lab,
Oh,
you would build Joe Milton.
Yeah,
That's-
don't hate
that's
on
facts.
close to 25. He can't help redshirted, then got a COVID year too.
it's
Okay.
like Stetson Bennett.
Okay. And look what he did.
Stetson Bennett's having a
Let's-
decent
he is. He is doing good right now.
hey.
He is
Let's
doing good right now.
I say let's do a couple quick takes real quick. Okay, let's go. North Carolina -3 versus South Carolina in Charlotte. Who do you like? North Carolina. Go
South
ahead.
Carolina.
I like Dragon Mays. Let's go North Carolina.
I like North Carolina as well.
Drake
Okay,
May.
let's go next. MTSU at Alabama -40.
40?
40.
Dude, Alabama
Alabama.
scares me this year.
Alabama,
They really,
they're on a mission this year.
Well,
Do you think
they
they cover
are-
40?
they scare
They
me.
are on a mission.
they
This is
scare
quick.
me.
This is kind of quick.
Hey,
Kind of quick.
here's
What do
a-
you got?
here's a
Go,
stat
go.
real quick.
Brennan, go.
I'm taking MTSU because
+40.
yes, because Alabama's lines are always so exploded
They are high.
that it always gets really close. It's like they'll beat the hell out of them by
Oh,
like 38.
100%. I agree.
But it's not going to be 40.
I agree. What do you think,
Alabama
Gruber?
scares me in the opposite way of they usually scare me. I think Alabama, this is the decline of the Alabama dynasty. I can't tell you who the quarterback's going to be.
I 100% agree to that. The fact that they do not have a quarterback makes me want to take MTSU
It needs
plus
to be
40.
it needs to be the kid from his dad's the coach at
Ty
Martin.
Simpson.
Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson's good.
100%. I think he is good. But the fact that
Milroe
can't
40
throw.
is a fat line.
The thing that scares me is you have Jalen Milroe, you have Ty Simpson. They
Milroe
also
can't
brought in
throw.
a transfer
Yeah.
because they didn't like Jalen Milroe or Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson's good.
If you sit and you look at Alabama teams of past, you've always had what? You've had a great quarterback. You've had
usually
multiple solid
You've had
wide
a great
receivers.
game manager.
Well, usually outside
Game
of those
manager.
game
Game
managers,
manager.
you have great receivers. I can't tell you one. Who's the receiver?
Well, that's because
Who's the
nobody's
guy?
talking about him this year because they
Nobody
think
is.
that
That's what I'm
Georgia's
saying.
winning.
All love.
But usually everybody knows because everybody's talking about Alabama, but
Yeah.
nobody's talking about them. I think they come out and beat the shit out of people this year.
I think they could.
Now, not 40, but I think they do win. Saban's
So
mad.
do you take
Oh,
do
yeah.
you take
Saban's
plus
mad.
40 or
Did
you
you
take
see
minus
his face
40?
last year in the
plus.
You
in
take
the,
plus 40.
in the playoff
What do you take,
pregame
Big
show?
Germ?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
the only way they cover 40 is when they get to, ahead by
it's-
28 or 35. If Saban's like, throw one more, we got to cover this shit.
Yeah.
I got an extra 20 on that.
I'll
But
take-
I
I'll
mean-
take 'em 40.
But I mean, honestly,
You would?
I'd take 40.
But I mean, honestly, unless, MTSU was just
because there is one
tired of
thing.
getting the dog shit beat out of them, and they
That-
just lay down. But I mean,
Yeah.
40 is a fucking lot.
That's
It's
a
a
lot.
lot.
There
It's a lot.
is
And that's-
one thing that Alabama will have this year, and that's a defense. That
Yeah,
defense
no,
is going to
100%.
be.
I agree completely to that. But let's go ahead and finish week 0 to week 1. So with that being said, UMass is at Auburn, minus 40 for Auburn.
I can't.
What do you? Let's start with Big Germ. Minus 40 at home, Auburn versus UMass.
Well, UMass is a lot different team than MTSU, but
100%.
still 40?
40.
40?
40 for new quarterback, new head
the first one.
coach, new
Let's get a take.
Man.
Tank
I
Bigsby's
think-
gone.
I
It's
think
not. It's not a very high. It's not a very high.
it's gonna
commodity.
go. Yeah, it's gonna go one or two ways. Either Hugh Freeze is gonna have the jitters of being back in the SEC and wanting to make prove himself, so to speak, once again, and say, "Hey, motherfuckers, I'm back.
Yeah.
Don't give me a cell phone, but I'm back." And he'll put 60 on their ass.
You saw Ole Miss fans learn from that situation. Gave Lane the burner phone as soon as he
Yeah.
comes off the plane.
Yeah. Or like I said, it'll be a little bit of a jitters, and like I said in the last matchup, they'll get up, 28 to 30 or so, and then kind of call the dog, so to speak, put in some second string guys, and just kind of let it coast until the end of the game. So as far as betting and coverages go, I just can't fucking take a 40 point
40 is
spread
way too much.
in
Hey,
football.
ask me. what-
Real quick, Gruber.
I can't.
Can't take it.
I
You
can't
got
take
plus 40.
spread.
Okay, go for it. Real quick.
I'm taking it.
You're taking
Minus 40.
You're taking Auburn minus 40.
Auburn minus
Okay,
40.
we're doing
Because
we're doing,
here-
I want to stop before you start. Keep going. We're taking real quick, but keep going.
Auburn is going to be loaded this year.
Okay,
Auburn's going to be very good, and Hugh Freeze is also the type of guy that's not going to take a foot off somebody's neck when they're beating them by
Did
35.
Kyle tell you to say that?
Yeah,
No.
I feel like
I hate Auburn. I mean, I don't
feel
hate
like
them.
that's an outside source. Let's go
No,
ahead and
I'm serious.
transition to the next
I'm
segment.
serious. Auburn.
New Mexico at Texas A&M. Texas A&M is minus 38. Let's go real quick. Let's go real quick. Real quick.
That's a real close number to 40.
No.
Taking the plus.
Yes.
Yes. You like Texas A&M minus 38.
They do have a
They're-
lot to prove.
Well, they're on
Jimbo
a,
Fisher has a lot
they're
going
on a mission
down
this
there.
year. Jimbo Fisher, hot seat. Jimbo Fisher has to do something.
That's fun.
Or
If
he's gonna
Bobby
lose that
Petrino
campus.
calls the plays,
He's calling
Yes.
the plays this year.
If
That
Jimbo
was
takes
announced
over again,
at
no.
SEC Media Day,
but I've heard it before. I've heard it.
Yeah.
I'm going to let the offense court. No.
let him
Jimbo's got to do
If Bobby
whatever he
Petrino
can.
calls the plays, then yes, absolutely, they will cover it. If he does not, if Jimbo
Go.
calls the plays, no.
I respect that.
100%. All right, here we go. Virginia versus Tennessee minus 28 in Nash Vegas.
That's like their second home field.
100%.
Sorry, Vandy, but even when it's not
It might be
football
their-
season, you'll see more orange and gold in Nashville. So I
Do
got
we,
to
do we
take
have a
Tennessee has to cover this.
do we
game.
have an anchor down shirt? We need. to
We do
that.
have a 615 shirt coming. It is black and gold.
Oh,
It is Nashville theme.
oh.
Shout
So
out
for
to
all
Nash
of you
Vegas.
Nashville
Shout out
peeps,
Nash
even
Vegas,
if you
dude.
may
I love
even if
Nash
you may
Vegas.
not be a
Have
Vandy
you
fan.
ever had a bad time in Nash Vegas?
No.
No,
Yes.
Brennan.
I saw
No.
a girl get hit by a bus there.
Oh my God, Jacob. No, I love Nashville.
We'll be there this weekend.
Be there.
If you want to come say hey to the guys, we'll
Hey.
be there.
Yeah.
Be there for the UFC fights.
Well, hey, look, y'all gonna be in Nashville this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at Theo Von Friday night. We're about to have to wrap things up. I know we got busy places, and
It's the last call.
yeah, this
This
is the last call. Last call. Everybody, give me one hot take. Doesn't matter if it's college football, life, college basketball, NFL, NBA, whatever it is. Give me a hot take. Everybody.
Start for Gruber. Go first.
Yeah, Gruber.
The Tennessee Vols will beat the Alabama Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa for the first time in 20 years.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
It's very hot.
But I like it. I like it.
I like it.
We're
too.
getting dirty. All right, Logan, give me your hot take.
Man, my hot take would be let's go back to fantasy football. I think that Chris Olave, my guy, finishes wide receiver 2 this year.
2. Who's won?
Justin Jefferson, who's also on my fantasy team.
I almost had Justin
Also-
Jefferson as a bust. And hear me out
Olave's
before you
alive.
attack
He's
me.
about to be on mine.
No, he ain't.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Hang on, no.
before
Give me
you-
your hot take. Give me your hot take.
Big Germ, what's we got going on?
I like y'all were saying before. I think Alabama's out for a fucking mission this year, so I do not like Tennessee's chances in Tuscaloosa. However, home field advantage is a very, very big thing. And the way things are shaping up, I honestly think Tennessee has a better chance against Georgia
That's what I'm
at
talking
home
about.
versus Alabama.
I like it.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm taking
I'm
taking Tennessee
I wanna
over
hear-
Georgia.
What are your
at
thoughts
home.
on it? Would you take a win over Georgia at home over a win over Alabama?
100% because of East versus West. It's the last year we have divisions before we move to a just everybody a
pods.
free for all. So with that being said, last year with divisions, I will absolutely take Tennessee jumping the gun.
The only
in the
thing I like
East
about
over
Tennessee-
Georgia. Because, I mean, if we lose Alabama, then there's potentially a chance for a rematch in Atlanta.
Well, hey,
The only thing I like about Tennessee is those intros.
Hey, I respect it, but we're going to leave it on that. The last hot take being a Tennessee take, since they are our number 1 seller. We're going to leave it being a hot take, and that's going to be our last take. This is
That's
Last
the
Call
last
Sports.
call, baby.
We're signing off.